Hello students, good morning to all. Today we are going to learn about SST history part. Lesson number 4, Early Cities in the Indian Subcontinent. The story of Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. The British were laying the railway line connecting the cities of Karachi and Lahore in 1856. The labourers once ran out of bricks and used baked bricks from some ancient ruin near the railway lines. These bricks were used to make 93 miles of railway track. It was discovered only later that these bricks were almost 5,000 years old. Alexander Cunningham, the director of the Archaeological Survey of India, visited this place, Harappa, in 1872. He found stone tools, seals, and pottery of an ancient civilization. It was suspected that this place was once inhabited by people. Excavations were started there and initially two cities were discovered. They are Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. This civilization is believed to have existed between 2500 BCE to about 1700 BCE. Now let's see about importance of the discoveries. Both Harappa and Mohenjo-daro are in modern-day Pakistan. The entire civilization was spread over parts of Punjab, Haryana, Sindh, Balochistan, Gujarat, Rajasthan and western parts of Uttar Pradesh. The important cities are Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, Kalibangan, Lothal, Balakot, Dholvira and Rupar. The entire civilization extended from Balochistan in the west to river Yamuna in the east and from Jammu in the north to river Narmada in the south. Now let's see about town planning. The cities exhibit excellent planning. Evidence suggested that the cities were first planned and then built. The cities were divided into two parts, the citadel and the lower town. The citadel was in the west and was smaller as compared to the lower town. Baked bricks of standard sizes were laid out in the interlocking pattern for construction. Now let's see about the public bath, the Great Bath. In Mohenjo-daro, a big tank has been found. Historians call it the Great Bath, the public bath. It is located on the citadel. It is rectangular in shape with a wide staircase leading into it. The floor and the walls were made watertight by finely fitted bricks laid edges to edge with gypsum mortar. The Great Bath was probably a sacred tank where the people took a dip on special occasion. Streets. The city was divided into rectangular blocks by a network of streets. The main streets were broad and straight. They were laid out in a rectangular manner at right angle to each other. The side roads were less broad. Houses. The houses were single as well as double-storied. Each house had a square courtyard in the center surrounded by rooms. The houses had their entrance on the side street so that the noise and dust from the main road could not come into the house. Floors were made of hard packed earth. The doors and Windows were made of wood. Almost every house had a well. Many houses had separate bathing areas and toilets. Bathing floors were made of tightly fitted bricks with a carefully sloped watertight surface. Now let's see about drainage system. Drainage system was well planned. Each house had a connection with the main drain. The sewage pipes and drains were separate from drains collecting rainwater. Terracotta drain pipes directed wastewater into open street drains made of burnt bricks. These connected to large drains along the main streets which emptied their contents into field outside the city wall. Let's see about living in the cities. People pursue different occupation apart from those engaging in agriculture. There were different types of craftsmen, carpenters, potters, metal workers, and even jewelers. The man wore a cloth around the waist with a shawl thrown over the left shoulder. They kept a beard and long hair. Clay figurines that have been found can be seen wearing a scanty skirt and a cloak thrown over the upper part of the body. Now let's see about food. This civilization was an agrarian community. The plains were very fertile and provided abundant food. People plugged the fields with wooden plugs. The main crops grown were wheat, barley, and rice. Peas and sesame provided oil for cooking. Mustard and cotton were also cultivated. There were granaries in every city, which indicates enough food grains were produced and stored. The granary at Harappa is raised on a platform to protect it from floods. Now, students, let's see about art and craft of Harappan civilization. The people of this civilization were skilled craftsmen. Craftsmen used gold and silver to make jewelry. Ceramic includes all items involving heating of clay. Pottery kilns have been found at many sites. Most pots were wheel turned. The large pots have been used to store grain or water. Some excellent examples of sculpture in stone and metal have been found. One is a bust of a male figure wearing an embroidered shawl. This has been called the priest king. A bronze statue of a female figure has also been found at Mohenjo-daro. It is the statue of a very thin girl, probably in her teens. Seal making was another important craft. Most of the seals that have been found are square or rectangular. They were made of stone or sea-tight and have motifs of animal on them. Most seals have a short inscription on them. Now students, let's see about transport and trade related information about Indus Valley civilization. Animals, boats and carts were used for transport. This is evident because a toy clay cart has been found. There was a regular system of trade to secure raw material. Trade was carried on within the territory and with other civilization too. To facilitate trade, the Indus Valley people had a uniform system of weights and measures. Cubical weights made of chert and black stone have been found. An ivory scale has been found at Lothal and a shell scale has been found at Mohenjo-daro. They accurately measure length, mass, and time and use decimal measurements. Now let's see about religion life. Fire altars have been discovered at Kalibangan and Harappa. These reveal that the people were ritualistic and believed in worship of fire. The picture on the seals are of great importance in determining the religious practices of the people. On one seal, a horned figure is sitting in a yogic posture surrounded by animals. This figure is identified as Shiva or Pashupati. A female figure has been found with a fan-shaped headdress. It has been labeled as Mother Goddess. Some Indus Valley seals show the swastika also. Now let's see about the mystery of the decline. The flourishing Indus Valley civilization declined around 1800 to 1700 BCE. Historians give different reasons for its decline. The decline may have been due to the following reasons. The first one, the climate changed and it became drier and warmer. There was severe shortage of water to support the people. Some died while others moved to cooler places with more rainfall. Second point, another theory says that excessive deforestation led to ecological changes. Floods drowned the villages and cities. Third point, some historians believe that the land became less fertile because of overcultivation. There was less food for the growing population and this led to the gradual decay of the civilization. The last point is that it is also suggested that Aryans entered from the north and killed the people in the main cities. Archaeologists have found skeletons with broken heads in Mohenjo-daro. It is not certain as to what actually happened. Perhaps there was a combination of reasons that led to the decline of the civilization. So student, all of you understood the story of Harappan civilization. Thank you so much students.